What is going on, guys? It has been a hot minute. I know. I'm sorry. So it's been a while since I posted any updates to my collection or any sort of figure content whatsoever. I really appreciate those of you that saw my earlier videos and liked and subscribed, even though I've never really fulfilled my promise of doing anything other than filming this with my phone and talking. I hope you guys still enjoy the content and still enjoy, just talking about figures. It's just kind of fun to talk about our hobby sometimes. So, um, my hiatus was really due to nothing more than I started collecting DC 6 and 7 inch figures about 4 years ago now. And I'd really just kind of caught up. I had to go back and collect a lot of, the old DCUC lines, DC Essentials, DC Collectibles. And for the most part, I acquired everything I want. Obviously, I still go out and look, try to pick up pieces that I didn't know about, or that I was just waiting on a good deal to find, or maybe that I just didn't seek as fervently as others. But so I felt like I was at a good place with my collection, and just kind of got to the point where I was waiting on new McFarlane figures to come in from the McFarlane Multiverse line. Obviously, seeing my Star Wars and Dragon Ball shelf here. Just giving you guys a little preview of what we're going to go over today. You'll also see a lot of Cowboys stuff because I just kind of cram all my favorite things, as well as music gear and a little bit of Marvel in my man cave. So I'm just going to kind of give you guys a higher level overview here of everything we're going to look at today. Just going to do another walkthrough of just the entire collection, try to touch on the newer pieces a little bit more. If you guys see something that you really like that I didn't touch on, I would suggest going back to my older videos and checking it out. But just a little bit of a preview of what we're gonna see today. So anyway, I'd kind of not made new content just because I didn't feel like I had enough new additions to really warrant it. Didn't want to just make the same video over and over again. But seeing as it's been like 9 months since I put out a video, not a very good YouTuber apparently, but thought we would just kind of go back through everything today. So what you're looking at is about 600 to 700 6 inch 7 inch DC figures. This is the entire Batman the Animated Series collection. Not a lot has changed with this. Again, you can kind of check out my old videos. I'm going to slide this chair out of the way, and you'll hear me talk a lot more in depth about this collection. Obviously, good news, McFarlane just picked up the DC Collectibles license, and so we should be getting more of the New Adventure Continues line from the animated series. So I think we're going to get Unmasked Catwoman, a few other figures, cel-shaded Batman. So excited to see where McFarlane goes with that. I hope we can get some kind of more obscure villains like Red Claw, Clock King. That would be very cool, but what you're seeing on this top shelf, I've got the McFarlane Animated Series Batman. I've got a statue there from DC Collectibles of the Animated Series Batman. Young Justice Robin. Bullock and Gordon and the Bat Signal that obviously came with the Batmobile. As always, one of my favorite pieces in my room is my, of course you have the Batman Drive sign, which is a real street from my hometown of Longview, Texas. Not that we took that illegally or anything, but so this is the Batwing. Batwing and the Cave you're seeing here are two relatively hard to find pieces from the DC Collectibles Batman the Animated Series line. I was fortunate that I have a really good local comic book store at Austin Books and Comics. Was able to scoop these guys at retail, so I really enjoy suspending that from the ceiling. It's really cool. It's hard to display anywhere else, so if you have this, I suggest fishing wire and 3 hooks in your ceiling, and you don't even need a shelf. So, got Gordon and Bullock, the Bat Cycle, Batman, Robin, and Batgirl, all in these little flight stands. Batgirl's kind of turned to the side, just saying what's up to her dad. I've started mixing it. As you will see, I am out of space, so I've started just kind of cramming things in a little bit more than I used to. That's why you have the two Alex Ross Batman. This one on the right is from Justice. I'm sorry, that's from Kingdom Come. That is his Kingdom Come suit. The one on the left here is from Justice, where he builds the suit out of his old Batmobile from the 66 series. Both great figures. Obviously, I love the animated line. It was the first thing that I started collecting. Had all the Kenner toys when I was a kid. My mom accidentally threw a lot of them away when she moved. So I was really excited to be able to pick these guys up again, or not again, but just have these characters in my collection again. So you'll see a lot of the, as much as I can, I like to pick up statues and figures of the Rebirth suit from comics. The Batman War, it is my favorite bat suit of all time, so I love Greg Capullo and anything that Scott Snyder and Capullo did, metal, death metal, all that. Try to collect as much of it as I can. So we see a statue, I believe, also from DC Collectibles here. This is the Killing Joke 2-pack. From I keep saying DC Collectibles. Correct me if I'm wrong. This is an older line. This Batman also came in a different pack with a Hugo Strange alternate head when Hugo dressed up like Batman that I do not have. So, but really love this. This is one of my favorite figures with the old, just blue suit, trunks, yellow oval look. It's classic, so I appreciate Batman in trunks. But if I had to go with anything, I'd go with the Rebirth suit or just no trunks in general. Love this Joker figure. One of the best head sculpts of the Joker, in my opinion. Love the detail of just the socks, shoes, the shot glass. Great figure. I'm not going to go into all the figures from the animated line just for time's sake. I mean, you guys can watch my other videos. Really haven't added anything since the last video for those. You can see the cave. Haven't changed much up here. From the Batman Expressions pack, you have the unmasked, I like to call him giraffe neck Bruce Wayne. Looks a little disproportionate. Have all his gear sitting on that table, hanging out with Grey Ghost and Zatanna. So here's a couple of actually 3 really amazing new pieces that I want to spend quite a bit of time on. So in the back here, we have the 12-inch, I don't remember the scale, but it's amazing, from NECA. It is the Batman 1989 Batman. If you guys can scoop this, if you don't want to spend Hot Toys money for what I would consider a Hot Toys style figure, get this guy. He was, I want to say I paid $150 or so for him, maybe even less, new when he came out. I don't know his availability. I pre-ordered him from Big Bad Toy Store, but the detail is just astounding. Got his Batarang, which does fold out, clipped in his belt, beautiful leather cape. Even the Bat Nikes are pretty accurate. Came with the grapple gun. And just, the face sculpt is perfect. Nails Keaton. Came with, I believe, an alternate... No, it didn't come with an alternate head, but multiple alternate hands. Additional accessories. You can actually pose him with the wings spread. Came with these little hooks to put him out there like that. I couldn't recommend it more. I'm not a... obviously I don't have the room to collect 12-inch figures or Hot Toys here because I'm just kind of committed to the 6 and 7-inch lines, but this is an incredible figure. It's just, I love Batman 89. I grew up on it, inspired the animated series, and Keaton is coming back in the Flash, so, let's get back on our Keaton train, guys. So, I normally hate Funko Pops. No offense if you guys like them. I don't hate them. I'm sorry, that's a little extreme, but when it comes to collecting, I don't get the hype. I mean, especially the smaller ones, I'm like, they all kind of look the same. I would much rather have figures. And, but that said, Funko makes some really cool pieces. Since it is so impossible to find, other than the Hot Toys figure, which is just probably over $1,000 now just to get, to find a good Jack Nicholson Joker, I had to scoop this guy up when I found him at GameStop, just because I actually really like this. I like the larger Funko figures, I guess I should say. Just not a huge fan of the smaller ones, even though I still have a few. But so this is obviously the Funko 89 Jack Nicholson Joker. I just had to put him up there with my Keaton Batman. It makes a really fun display, in my opinion, and I really love this shelf. And then, as you can see here, this is the McFarlane Year 2 Batman. So this guy you can either pose him like this on this base with this big, amazing flowing cape. I chose to go this route just because honestly, the rest of the figure, if you take him out of this cape and put the cloth cape and arms that he comes with on him, kind of flimsy, not that great. But just displayed like this, in my opinion, he is fantastic, and it makes a really, really great piece of the Year 2 that kind of representing the Year 2 McFarlane the Year 2 Batman that Todd McFarlane drew. Got some cool detail on the base down here with the, here lies Thomas Martha Wayne, Jason. It also mentions Jason Todd somewhere around there, maybe. down here. So anyway, really cool piece. I am having fun collecting these larger pieces. So I'm hoping to add more of them as I can hopefully create some more shelf space. Here we've got the villains from the original animated series. Again, not going to go through them one by one. You guys can check my other videos out. Nothing has changed with these guys. Kind of have them sandwiched. This shelf has been updated quite a bit. So I just made originally it was just the animated Batman Beyond shelf, but McFarlane started releasing an entire Batman Beyond line. So I decided, hey, I've got to just make me a Beyond shelf. Love Batman Beyond. Love the animated series. Love the comics. So had to make this. You've got the kind of my centerpiece here is from Mattel. I believe it's Mattel Multiverse, the older Mattel Multiverse. Maybe it's even DCUC. Is the unmasked Terry McGinnis Batman. Great head sculpt. That is the Mattel Multiverse Batman there. From the animated 3-pack, you've got Bruce and Ace and Terry back there. And then everything else is McFarlane. So this is the new McFarlane line. We've got Blight, which is a very cool figure. That's the comic Blight. Batwoman from the comics. We've got Shriek. They also make an unmasked version of Shriek, but I want the masked version because then he reminds me a little more of the animated series. I think they kept his design in the comics almost identical to his animated series design, where Blight, was powers in the animated series and changed quite a bit. And then you've got I love McFarlane's Batman Beyond figure. So if you can see it down there, it's got rocket boots, which none of the other figures had. He's on a flight stand. I love that he actually grasps the wings properly, and you can kind of, the wings actually clip to his hands, and so they look really great and positioned like he's actually flying, where a lot of these other, like this figure and this figure, they just kind of stick out. So I really love that. There is a Build-A-Figure with this line. That's one piece I still need to get. It's basically this exact Batman in a separate packaging. Comes with the Joker bot. I've got all the pieces except the main torso. So I still need to get that to build the Joker bot from Batman Beyond. But that's my Beyond shelf. So that is a new addition since the last video. We've got obviously nothing's changed here. The DCUC Justice League, or not DCUC, just the DCAU is the correct acronym. So great line of figures. If you're a fan of this show, not much else to say. Get these guys. They re-released them. They shouldn't be that expensive. I don't know if some are harder to find than others. I picked this entire wave up when it came out, so I would strongly encourage you guys to pick this up. It's great. Then we have the rest of our villains from the animated line. I do plan to add the unmasked Catwoman that I mentioned earlier that McFarlane is releasing. I have every figure from this line except the GCPD Rogues pack. You can kind of see Harley from Mad Love back there. I don't. So the only figure I don't have is Renee Montoya, not counting a few of the newer cel-shaded Batman and Robins that I just didn't pick up. We've got the New Adventures line. The Mutant Leader fell flat on his face back there. Sorry, Mutant Leader, I'm not picking you up. I have, Scarecrow. Yes, he's randomly on a flight stand, and so is Bane, because they are so top-heavy that they just fall over very, very easily. So I got tired of... If you guys have a lot of figures, you know the pain of, the domino effect of one tipping over and knocking Poison Ivy over, who then knocks, two figures there over, who then knock that entire shelf over. Not fun. So that's why I have a few that are on flight stands that don't actually fly, but we'll see if I can figure out a way to display those guys better. I've actually, if you guys know where to get any more of these metal flight stands, I used to buy them on eBay, and then the retailer stopped selling them, or whoever was making them stopped selling them, and I love them. They are my favorite flight stands because they're awesome, they're heavy duty, and they can hold any figure pretty much. They're very simple too, so if you guys know where I can find those, let me know in the comments. I'd appreciate it. So kind of just your random characters, heroes and anti-heroes from The Adventure Continues. Not a lot to say there, no new additions there. Same with the heroes here. Pretty standard. I did update that Batman, so I have an extra one from the Adventure Continues, or the New Adventures, one of them, whatever. His feet, the original release of this figure had a really bad QC problem with the feet, where they would just kind of snap off very easily. So I did get the updated MK2 version that doesn't have that issue. I have Superman and Lois, Supergirl, Batgirl, Red Hood, who is from the Adventure Continues line. and Robin and Nightwing. And then finally we have the rest of the villains from the New Adventures. So yeah, sorry, it's Batman the Animated Series and the New Adventures, and then the Adventure Continues line is like for what Deathstroke is from. There's a new comic with it. Pretty cool line. So that is the animated series line, guys. A nice backup shot here. Yeah, so there we go. So strongly recommend you guys. Part of me selfishly hopes McFarlane doesn't re-release a bunch of those because it took me so long to get them. But I do hope for you guys, if you guys love it, that he does. And I really hope he does some more obscure characters like I mentioned earlier. So if you've never seen my videos before, and it's gotten a little more random, but what I've tried to do is create a shelf for different eras in Batman's comic history, as well as certain one-off stories or Elseworld stories. So what we've got here is, just the old school 30s through 50s Batman. You've got Batman in his original suit. You're going to see a lot of the Bat family and rogues. I'm not going to go through this shelf too much again. Hasn't changed much. I did add Two-Face back there from a 5-pack. Riddler is DCUC Riddler. Not much has changed here, though. A lot of DCUC. Mattel, that is the from kind of the 40s. The New Frontier Batman. I couldn't think of it. The Darwin Cook New Frontier. So what I've tried to do, and again, I'm not going to go through it. You can watch my older videos because I have all these guys, but I've tried to have at least a figure for every suit that Batman has ever worn in comics that I'm aware of that I can get. So I'll see some small variants on the same suit, but that was my goal. And then if I could get the Robins and obviously the Rogues or the rest of the Bat family to go with that, did get this Batgirl as well. So that's the goal. This is going to be your kind of your 70s through 90s era. You can see the Nightfall Batman, the DCUC. You guys, if you've ever seen my videos, you know that's Jason Todd and Dick Grayson Robbins, Bane, Disco Suit Nightwing, Nightfall Batman, got As-Bats in his most techie form. One of my favorite figures is the unmasked Bruce Wayne from the No Man's Land suit. Nightfall Nightwing, that's Icons Joker, Essentials Batman and Catwoman, Tim Drake, Batgirl. I love this shelf. I love that era of Batman comics. It's really, I was born in the late 80s, so it's really what I grew up on when I started reading comics. Here we've got your kind of 2000s, your Jim Lee Hush era Batman. Cass Kane could probably actually go on the shelf we just looked at. Cass Kane Batgirl. Got a couple of Damians back there. Hush Alfred. A lot from the Hush line. Some Rogues, Roz, Riddler, Joker, Scarecrow. Obviously, if you love Batman, you have to love the Joker. That's Arkham Knight, Barbara, just kind of sitting in as a Oracle back there. I think this is new. I don't think I had this Hush Superman. Really love this figure. I wish the leaves could come off because he's just a cool Superman figure without them, but I need to pick up. I'm looking into some of the new Mafex figures, Mafex Hush. A lot of Hush Batman are coming out, though. You'll see I have the Mafex, the new Mafex Hush Batman we'll look at in a minute. This one is from the original Hush line, and I think McFarlane is actually about to release kind of a Hush 2-pack, which I will get just to put a Hush on this shelf because it's so Hush-centric. McFarlane also just released the Batman of Zur NR, which I think I may like my Mattel one a little bit better, but I'll probably scoop it up too. Came with Batmite. But again, not a lot of new additions to any of these shelves we're going to look at in the immediate future. I would just suggest checking out my older videos if you want to, get more detail on them and what they're from, but trying to touch on the high points. This is your Batman Inc., kind of your Grant Morrison Batman era. You've got Final Crisis Batman there, which is just no articulation whatsoever, but as far as just a cool Batman figure, you can't get much cooler than that. The Batman Inc. suit, which coincidentally, Batman is actually now back to wearing this suit in the comics, in the main Batman line, which I was elated by, because like I said, I hate the trunks. So anytime Batman goes trunkless, I'm happy. I wish he'd go back to the Rebirth suit. Wish he never actually left it, but it just doesn't make a lot of sense to me in this modern age, you know, just story-wise even, for Batman to wear trunks. I think that this is a lot cooler of a look. So got the very rare Reborn line in here. So that's the Jason Todd Reborn figure. Was lucky to find a good deal on him. We've got Reborn Two-Face. I've added Deathstroke, Joker. There is one of the kind of Return of Bruce Wayne Pilgrim Batman back there. Need to pick up the rest of that line. Been saying that for a long time, but especially love this figure. Especially love the Two-Face figure. Two-Face's Batman, if you can see him. And then really, really, really love the Batman Meet Batman. Great figure. Mattel Red Robin. Definitely, I wish Tim was back in this suit as well. Love the cowled look. Cowls make so much more sense, just identity-wise, protection-wise. So we're going to kind of pause on the continuity of the comic line, because next would be New 52, but that's on a different shelf. So we're going to go down and look at the rest of these guys and see, you know, just a few one-off universes. Down here, we've got the Alex Ross shelf. I believe I've added a decent number of figures to this. You've got kind of the main Justice League there. I think Flash is new. Joker's... No, I had Joker. I've had him for a while. Aquaman, his suit from Justice. That's a random Aquaman, because I just ended up with a lot of Aquaman somehow. Norman and the Spectre. Hogman, which is a very awesome, robust figure. But I've got more Alex Ross figures kind of scattered throughout different shelves, but this is just kind of my dedicated Justice and Kingdom Come shelf. Dark Knight Returns shelf. There's, I guess, the Millerverse, because I've got some from the Master Race as well. I think these guys are new. This is from the Batman... what was that comic? It was just Batman and Robin, All-Star Batman and Robin that Frank Miller did. They randomly made Batgirl from that, but not Robin. Those are from DCUC, I think, and the rest of these are Mattel. So not much has changed here. Obviously, McFarlane. So I'm at this point with McFarlane where they are kind of starting to reissue a lot of figures I already have, and because I'm out of room, I'm not getting a lot of them. I may pick up like Batman. I would like to have the horse that's a Build-A-Figure, but it's like I've already got Superman, you know, from Dark Knight Returns. I've already got Joker. I did pick up the other mech suit figure just because it looked a lot different than this one. You'll see it in a minute, but I don't know. I'm kind of at the point I've got to start picking and choosing what I collect just because of space, and so I don't know if I'm going to get the whole Dark Knight Returns line from McFarlane, even though they do look very cool. This is my just like random, don't really have a shelf for them, Batman. A lot of Elseworlds. You got Bermejo Batman, which is one of my favorite figures, one of my favorite looks. I think they kind of took a lot of inspiration for the Batman, the Robert Pattinson movie that's now out, that is incredible. Comes out to HBO Max Monday. Not plugging, but plugging. Just random Damian from the Ninja Turtles line. Mattel Batman. Gotham by Gaslight Mattel Batman. Mattel, I think that may be DC Collectibles. Vampire Batman. Just a few random Mattel. Those are the Earth 2 Batman. That one back there is Thomas Wayne. That's Bruce. Spoiler alert. We've got my my Arkham kind of video game shelf. I guess it's Arkham and Injustice. Mattel Arkham Knight. I'm sorry, McFarlane Arkham Knight Batman. Freaking amazing figure. Amazing head sculpt. Just amazing figure. Robin from Arkham Knight. That's a Mattel figure, but goes great. Or it's from the Arkham Knight line. I think Mattel did that. Maybe it was DC Collectibles. It was DC Collectibles, now that I'm saying that. Goes great with the Batman. Arkham Origins Deathstroke, which is just an incredible Deathstroke figure altogether. Comes with a katana, but I swapped his katana with Damian's, with the Deathstroke sword that ironically came with Damian, so I think that looks better in both accounts. Then we have the amazing McFarlane Arkham City or Arkham Asylum Joker. And then Arkham Asylum Batman back there. Sorry, I'm on the floor, so I'm going to strain. And then just a few Injustice figures. You guys will see my other videos. Nothing really new there. Arkham City, Nightwing, and Robin are back there as well. So we made it through a shelf in 25 minutes. Holy crap. Next is this shelf. So this is a kind of my newer shelf, and Lots to talk about here. So let's go through. Mostly McFarlane. So we've got the White Knight line for McFarlane. We've got Jack and Joker, Batman, Azrael's Batman. Nothing has really changed there. I'm sorry it's so dark. You can kind of see him there. Nothing much has changed here. We've got all the Dark Knights from Dark Knight Metal. Love this line 1,000,000%. Apparently Cyborg has tried to jump over everyone. I like it when stuff like that happens. They kind of just fall, but still randomly look cool, so I don't touch them, which you'll see with Long Halloween in a minute. This is the kind of the new Rebirth. Not Rebirth. This is, I guess, post-metal Batman. You've got the Metal Batman. You've got Rebirth Joker. The Grim Knight, who was from the Batman Who Laughs miniseries. And then you've got the Infected Shazam, which that's new. I don't think I had that last video. Infected Superman, which is an incredible head sculpt, incredible figure. And then the Batman Who Laughs. I actually swapped their heads, which I mentioned in other videos. That was just from a cover. Todd just likes to make things he thinks look cool. So I ended up swapping the head sculpt on that one with this one because I think it's way cooler. And that's the definitive Batman Who Laughs to me. Got the Robin Crows. Sweet. Sweet, guys. Sweet. Did finish off my Long Halloween collection finally, so I did scoop up Mad Hatter. So this is the full Long Halloween Dark Victory collection. Joker, like I said earlier, it's kind of cool. He just kind of fell like that, but it looks so cool because that's kind of how he always pops through in the pictures of the story and the pictures of the story. I don't know. I just thought it was cool. I don't know why I'm a little happy about that. So love that line. If you're a fan of the Long Halloween, which have also heavily inspired the Batman. The new movie, I would strongly recommend picking up this line of figures. They're very, it's a very unique, Jeff Loeb and Tim Saul just have a very unique style. So I would absolutely pick that up. It's a super cool, cool line. And you only have to get, 3, 6, 9 figures. So it's going to be embarrassing if there's 10. But actually, Robin and Penguin come in a 2-pack. So. Then the Flashpoint universe, which has actually been resurrected in comics. I just read the new Flashpoint Batman this week. You got Cyborg, McFarlane, Flashpoint Batman. Then I got the Flashpoint 4-pack that came with Batman, who's on a different shelf because the McFarlane Batman is so much better and so much more definitive. McFarlane Flash, the Flash that came in the Flashpoint 4-pack, Wonder Woman, Cyborg, Aquaman. So that's the Flashpoint shelf. Like I said, I kind of like shelves of random one-off stories, such as this. So this is the Last Night on Earth, I think. Is that right? Yeah, Last Night on Earth. This is Wonder Woman, Batman with Joker's head, Omega, and Bane with Scarecrow kind of riding his back. Again, you guys have seen all this. Holy crap, something just fell. This is the Suicide Squad line. So this is from James Gunn's Suicide Squad. This was the McFarlane line. King Shark is the Build-A-Figure in that line. I'm sorry for the bad video. Really love that movie. I love Peacemaker. Show is incredible. McFarlane, or I guess it's really DC and Warner Brothers, have unfortunately started doing this thing where they no longer want to put guns with their figures, even though sometimes guns are the definitive weapon for that character. So kind of got to give Peacemaker. I think I gave him one of, I have Unmasked Flashpoint Batman, and I think I gave him one of his guns. Watchmen, nothing's changed there. That's the DC Essentials line. And then, here's some new guys. So, originally, this was just the DC animated universe, which was kind of the, that new 52 universe that ended with Justice League Apocalypse War. You got Nightwing, Batman, and Robin. But then I picked up I needed, again, almost out of space, so having to do what I can with what I have. This is the Gotham Knights line from McFarlane. They just came out. It's for the Gotham Knights video game that doesn't come out till, I believe, October of this year. But, I really hated this Robin design. I'm like, why would you not give Robin a cape or utility belt? Until I saw the figure. And it's kind of cool. He actually does have like a little mini cape on the back. We'll see how it plays in the game. It's still obviously it's nowhere near my favorite Tim Drake design, but it's not as much as bad as I thought it was initially. So Guys, we've gone too far, so if there's weird noises or, you know, I'm bad at filming, you'll have to bear with me because I'm not going back. This is my ultimate DC heroes and villains display. So what I've tried to do here is just take usually it tries to be my aesthetically favorite version of the character, or just one that I had that was random, and put it here. But you've got, heroes on one side, villains on the other. So I have added, maybe not a new figure, maybe a figure you've seen before in the other videos, but just moved it around a little bit. We'll start at the back. So McFarlane Lobo, I know he's new. Got the Spectre, Zatanna, Etrigan, Hawkman and Hawkgirl, the new 52 Hawkman, DCUC Hawkgirl. Got the new 52 Shazam. I do still need to pick up the Black Adam and Shazam Essentials 2-pack. That is something that I need to do because those are great figures. Though I do love the hooded new 52 Shazam. Got Deadman, that's the Icons Deadman. Kind of at a weird position. Dr. Fate, that is the McFarlane Dr. Fate from Injustice. And even though he's technically not a comics version, looks incredible, amazing sculpt, so we're going with him. Got Mira from Brightest Day, Essentials Aquaman, McFarlane John Stewart, Essentials Hal Jordan. McFarlane did release an Essentials, or sorry, just not Essentials, but a Hal Jordan. I may pick it up, but my goodness, I have so many Hal Jordan figures. I'm like, do I really need another one? What am I going to do with it? Essentials is pretty perfect. He's borrowing the animated gun that came with, it's the gun that came with the animated McFarlane John Stewart. Got new 52 Martian Manhunter. I did just get the McFarlane Martian Manhunter. Amazing. I really love this new 52 figure. It's a really great look. The McFarlane one is great as well. You'll see it in a second. May do some swapping here and there. Mattel Black Lightning, Essentials Flash, Icons Firestorm, Captain Atom, Cyborg, Red Tornado. I went ahead, I have so many extra Nightwing that I was like, okay, Nightwing deserves to go up here. I love Dick Grayson, so can't fit the whole Bat family, but we put Nightwing in his inaccurate red suit. Doesn't look like his new 52 suit, but eventually I'll probably put a different Nightwing up here, but he was in the back of a shelf, so I was like, he could go. Captain Atom, Booster Gold, Blue Beetle, Mr. Miracle, Vixen, the Ray, Big Barda, Constantine, Mr. T, Mr. Terrific, not Mr. T, Green Arrow, and Black Canary. I probably will replace this Green Arrow with the new McFarlane that's coming out. I think it's based on Injustice. But you really can't go wrong with the old school Archer Cat Green Arrow. And then we've got your definitive Trinity here. Essentials Batman Blue version, which I don't know, but I think he's going to get replaced with the new McFarlane Rebirth Batman because I don't have it yet, but it looks incredible. Superman even may get replaced with the Rebirth because I'm like just like with Batman with Superman, I prefer the trunkless look. I'm actually considering getting someone to make me a custom Superman figure from McFarlane Figures for the Reborn suit that has it looks a lot like it's like an amalgamation of the new 52 and Rebirth Superman suits where it has the red boots and just a red belt. Looks actually like the suits Tyler Hoechlin wears in Superman and Lois. But I think it's just such a beautiful suit, and I just love the lack of trunks. So this is an amazing figure. It's definitely new. It's the McFarlane Swamp Thing. He's towering, makes a great centerpiece, and I love the way he like scales up. You know, it's kind of goes these guys and Swamp Thing, and then you've got the ultimate Dark Side, which is the new 52 Dark Side from DC Collectibles. Huge figure. You can see how big he is compared to like a 6 or 7 inch figure. Got Orion there. Got a Parademon by him. Then we get into our villains. We've got Joker, Essentials Harley, Toyman, Deathstroke from Essentials. I need to get a new Captain Cole just because he's way too tall and kind of old school, but it works well when you're trying to display figures behind each other. You can still see him, but that's from the Alex Ross line, the Justice line. Got Mirror Master, Copperhead, Gorilla Grodd. I like this Grodd a lot more than the McFarlane too, but the McFarlane's from Injustice. This is just like your old school classic Grodd from, he's the DCUC Build-A-Figure. Lex Luthor from the New 52 line. I may swap him out just because, you know, Lex in his power suit's a lot more definitive and it would take up less room, and now McFarlane's giving me an amazing Lex suit, but so big I don't know where else I'd put him. Star Sapphire, Vandal Savage, Ocean Master, Essentials Flat, Reverse Flash, Essentials Brainiac, Essentials Black Manta, Essentials Cheetah, Essentials Sinestro, Icons, Black Adam. Johnny Quick is down there. That is the McFarlane Bizarro. And then you've got the Crime Syndicate, the new 52 Crime Syndicate, which I think we're getting. McFarlane just released an Ultraman. I think we're getting new Crime Syndicate wave, but it's going to come with Starro, which I'm kind of excited. I want to build that Starro Build-A-Figure, so I'll probably pick them up, even though I've already got this. So here's your definitive DC display. Love this line. I love this shelf, which is full of a myriad of lines. I think this just goes to show, like, you don't have to stick to one line. You don't even have to stick to 6 or 7 inch. Sometimes something may look a little out of place, but overall, these figures all work really well together, and you just kind of got to go with what you love. While we are over here, I'm going to go ahead and pop in on this shelf. We'll say hi to my one Marvel piece in this room, which is my Spider-Man helmet. That's from the Infinity Saga. I just picked it up at GameStop randomly. Shinron. I am going to just touch on my Dragon Ball and Star Wars stuff today. Hall of Justice. See, Funko makes some really cool pieces like that. Like, I'm going to try to find a better place to display that. My father-in-law is coming over to mount my TV today, so hopefully these cycles are going to go on that shelf soon. But we've got the, this is all McFarlane. This is the White Knight Bat Cycle, which is a great, awesome, I don't know. It's great. Everything's great. Everything's awesome, but no, it really is. Very cool cycle. This piece folds in. Then I just love these. I love the Batman. Love the new movie. So we've got Pattinson on his Bat Cycle, and this is the Drifter bike. All McFarlane. I've got Catwoman on that just because I really I like that. I like them riding together more than Drifter Bruce, which is I think who it was made for. So even though Catwoman doesn't have an extra hand that can grab that extra grip. It's still really cool, and I still really like this display. I bought multiples of the same figures so I could put them on motorcycles and have them standing. So then we've also got the Ninja Batman from the Mattel Build-A-Figure. So it's just my random side table. Let's swing over to this shelf. Up here, we've got a really cool random display. I know I've been over this figure. This is from DC Collectibles. I think it's like DC Prime or something. I think they just... I think this is the only figure they ended up releasing from this line, because I think they closed shortly after. But again, love the Rebirth suit. This is a like teched out version of the Rebirth suit. This figure is not very expensive. It's taller too. I want to say it's not 12 inches, but it's probably... I don't know. Maybe it is 12 inches. Maybe my NECA Batman is like 2 feet. I don't know. Because it seems a lot bigger than 12 inches when I think about it. So maybe that Keaton Batman I showed you all earlier is a little bit bigger than 12 inches. I don't remember the scale, but it's huge. So anyway, this is the Rebirth suit Batman. It's kind of like I said, a tech version. Came with a lot of accessories. Could not recommend this figure more. It's incredible. I absolutely love it. You should get it. It's still pretty widely available. We've got the Capullo line, we've got Joker, we've got, this is all from the Greg Capullo line, New 52, Batman, we've got the name of this escapes me, it's from Zero Year, and also another Zero Year Batman. In his main suit, this is when he's fighting the Riddler. Could actually probably put him on the Drifter bike too, and it would look pretty perfect. Or actually, no, he had that same kind of frame on the bike that the Batman bike does. So I'm making another Batman bike to put him on. That'd be a really good idea. I believe this is new. I don't think it was in my last video. This is the Mafex Hush Batman. It is an incredible version of the definitive kind of comic Batman. He wore this suit for a long time in the 2000s. He wore this suit just recently between the Rebirth and going back to the Batman Inc. suit in the comics. Really just your classic, no yellow oval, the big bat symbol, trunks, black suit Batman. I don't know why I'm a big sucker for grappling guns too. Like, I just love that accessory. It's always been, even as a kid, I just obsessed over having a grapple gun. So I always like displaying them with the grapple guns when I can. So it's a really cool accessory where it just kind of shoots straight out, and he stands on this little gargoyle, and it's really cool just to have him kind of sitting off the edge of a top of the shelf. So hopefully this is all new shelf space. Like I said, about to get this mounted later today. Maybe I should have waited, but I didn't to make this video. That's your Build-A-Figure McFarlane Batmobile from the Rebirth comics. This is the Death Metal shelf. So this is all McFarlane. I believe this is all new from my last video as well. If it's not, I'm sorry. Got from the Death Metal story by Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo, Wonder Woman, Danzig Superman, who actually looks a lot better in person than he did in the promo photos. Just the freaking awesome detailed Death Metal bike with Batman and his scythe. Love that figure. That is the Dark Side Batman, also known as Dark Father. Fittingly, you can barely see him, but there he is. Superboy Prime, who is a main component of the Death Metal story, as well as obviously one of the original Crisis novels. And then you have Robin King, who is a very, very messed up version of Bruce Wayne from the Dark Multiverse. It's not Robin, not Damian, it's actually Bruce Wayne. Here's my big... tonight. This is one of the oldest figures I have. It's from like the early 90s, from the Legends of the Dark Knight line. Giant cape, very awesome. Perfect just to hang out by my Xbox. Down here, we've got just some random villains from Crisis, Darkseid, Grail from the Darkseid War, New 52, an older Superboy Prime figure, and Alexander Luthor. So we'll try to go back in order now and skip to one more. This is one of my favorite shelves. I actually have been thinking I may put the new Martian Manhunter McFarlane figure on here. I think he'd actually fit really well because he's a little bit shorter. But this is the Capullo Justice League. That Batman we saw on the top of the shelf would fit in with these guys. But love this new 52 Superman. So the Reborn suit I was describing earlier looks pretty much like this one, except the collar is your more traditional Superman collar where it's, you know, not clinging his neck. But easily my favorite Flash figure I own. Such a gorgeous Flash. Like, just the detailing, the lighting, the striping is amazing. That's just a random icon cyborg that I ended up with multiples of. So, new 52 shelf. Not much has changed here. Really haven't added much from my last video other than this hazmat suit Batman. That's from the Amazo Virus arc of the New 52. I actually have the version where the chest lights up too. It's just randomly still in its box. Not sure why. I haven't taken it out yet. But yeah, a lot of Capullo figures. Love the red Nightwing figure there. Love that Batgirl figure in Gordon. Just I love the aesthetic of the New 52 other than Red Robin, who I really preferred the cowled version of his suit. But overall, and McFarlane is actually about to release another Red Robin. This is the Titans line from the New 52, but I don't know. I just love New 52. They never really made a great New 52 Batman figure other than the cel-shaded one, I think. So hopefully McFarlane will get on that at some point because it was a very cool suit. But I love the cel-shaded version. It's the Jim Lee GameStop exclusive. So here is quite a bit of new figures. So my Rebirth shelf is, you guys saw we started the video looking at a Batcave display. Rebirth is easily my favorite aesthetic, like just as far as the suits all the characters wore. So normally you'd go from New 52 to Rebirth, but now we're going straight to basically what the current comics look like. Other than Batman just got a new suit again, which like Gimli says the Batman ink suit, but there's no new figure for that yet. So we've got Batgirl. This is pretty much all McFarlane. Batgirl, one of the first figures he released, as was the Detective 1000 Batman. This figure really grew on me. I really like it. Damian, just got this brand new. This is Damian in his new suit. It's the newest suit he's wearing in comics. Hasn't quite grown on me yet. I see what they're going for. They're going for a more like Batman color scheme with him, but gotta say I prefer his original Robin suit quite a bit more. Got the McFarlane Nightwing, got the Capullo Catwoman hanging out back there, Harley Quinn, who is now basically a hero. That's the Arkham Knight Gordon, who, you know, just had to have him represent for the comics. There's McFarlane Red Hood, great figure. Still prefer the Essentials one a tad more, but as you can see I did make a video where I break down basically every Robin, Nightwing, and Red Hood figure. You can go compare them. I have pretty much all of them. Capullo Two-Face. That Joker technically should be on the New 52 shelf, but it's what it is. Batman back there, that is Thomas Wayne from Flashpoint. Just kind of put him in there because he's kind of a player in the new comics. Some new McFarlane figures. That's from the Endless Winter saga. I just picked him up because I like Batman, but probably not going to get that whole Build-A-Figure wave. Didn't really care too much about that story. And again, running out of room. From Future State, you got Dark Detective Batman, who is Bruce Wayne. Very awesome figure. Did enjoy that storyline, but I'm kind of glad they made it more of like an Elseworld tell and didn't go too far with it. And then you have I Am Batman, Jace Fox, Lucius's son, who has assumed the mantle. So that's kind of your, current comics shelf, even though I think it's about to go into a new wave, so we'll see what happens. Down here, we've got the villains, so all the Bat villains. Not a lot of new additions here. Pretty much the same as what I had. I did update the Joker to the McFarlane Mortal Kombat Joker, just because he's such a... I think this actually looks as good, if not better, than any of the Joker figures that McFarlane released. He's released quite a few, so really enjoyed that. Got as many... Probably still missing a few, but between that shelf and this shelf, which I think maybe Psycho Pirate's new. So I added Psycho Pirate. He's a pretty predominant Batman villain. But not a lot of new there. Got Firefly in the back, Clayface. Really like my Mattel Clayface. Probably not going to get the new McFarlane one. Dr. Death, Scarecrow, Mad Hatter, Talon, Bat Zorro, Bane, obviously. I wish McFarlane actually has gone with a really good definitive Bane figure. He did the big Build-A-Figure one from Last Night on Earth, but I think that the this kind of older Build-A-Figure one is getting a little weak at the joints, so may eventually replace him. But still an amazing Bane. And then we've got Superman villains. So this shelf has actually had a lot of updating since the last video. Mongol's in the back. Doomsday is in the back, if you can't really see him. That's Lex Luthor in his power suit from Batman, Superman, Public Enemies. You've got Bizarro, Essential Cyborg Superman, a myriad of different Lex Luthors. You've got the two new McFarlane Lex Luthors, him in his Apocalypse chair and the throne. That's the new McFarlane Lex, which is a great Lex figure. Amazo, Infected Superman from New 52, Brainiac from the Alex Ross Justice line, Mxyzptlk, and then Zod, which is from the McFarlane line. So, really did a lot of updating to my Superman villain shelf. And probably going to make like a Lex Luthor comparison video. Here's just a quick shot, some graphic novels. And then just Dragon Ball, just my Dragon Stars figures. I grew up loving Dragon Ball. Like, I love Dragon Ball a lot, so had to get those figures. Same with Star Wars. Love Star Wars. Got like all the duels from the, every penultimate duel from the trilogies. Sorry, my allergies are a little stuffed up, so if I'm a little stopped up, I apologize. So Sith and villains, and then just some Jedi. Up here, we've got a few more McFarlanes. We've got animated Jon Stewart, Titan Cyborg. This is the McFarlane designed Wonder Woman, which is a very cool figure. Then we've got Gal Gadot, Wonder Woman from 1984. Both suits, and a random Mattel. So for the rest of the collection, we've got the Superman shelf. I've added a few guys to this. So we've got, I know one of the new additions is this McFarlane black suit Superman with the beard. Put Lex up here from his, 2 weeks is trying to be good Superman. Blackest Night Superman, Kara. Love this unmasked. I just love the characters where you can, kind of do their secret identity or the unmasked version. So I really like that Clark Kent. Eradicator, Kingdom Come Superman's up there. The definitive centerpiece is the McFarlane Action 1000 Superman. Really like this Bermejo Superman, just like the texture of that suit. New 52, Supergirl, first appearance Superman, Red Sun Superman, Earth 2 Superman, Connor Kent Superboy, Mattel, Rebirth Superman, Power Girl, and then Red and Blue Superman from the 90s, and Jonathan Kent. Next, we were going to go to the Batman on film. Shout out to BOF, my favorite website. We've got the Kilmer area. Not much has changed with these guys. Obviously, there's the same figures. Got NECA, the smaller NECA Keaton, the Kilmer Batman, Michael Goh Alfred from the amazing Mattel Alfred figure that had multiple head sculpts. Mattel Penguin. That was one of the few surviving figures I had from when I was a kid from the Batman Forever line. Two-Face. Joker, that's as close to a 6-inch cheap Nicholson figure as you're going to get. Then we've got, you know, the all the new additions. The McFarlane line from the Batman. You've got Batman there. It's a great figure. Though this did have some really bad QC issues. It came, the torso, I had to flip that when I got it. And unfortunately, there's an unmasked version of this figure that, I don't know if you can really see it, but it came with the cowl hanging off the collar. I had to cut that off when I got it so the collar looked right. And then ironically, the one that you saw on the cycle earlier came perfect. So if I ever wanted to, you know, at least I have a perfect version. Got unmasked Catwoman because I wanted one for the bike, and the one, you know, where she's wearing her mask made more sense for that. They didn't actually do her mask right. She doesn't actually wear it like a full ski mask like they kind of showed it in the figure. She just kind of pulls it over her nose in the movie and leaves her mouth exposed. So Riddler looks great. Looks just like it did in the movie. Penguin, that's a great head sculpt. Colin Farrell, just, man, I can't wait to see more of him. He nailed that role. Then you've got the Drifter Bruce Wayne figure. Got the 66. I need to pick up more of those guys too. I have to find a new place for them because they're kind of hidden behind the big 7-inch figures. But I may move this entire shelf to the big shelf under my TV once I have it mounted, just because, you know, I love the movies. I love Bale's Batman as well. I'm still a big fan of Nolan trilogy. Try to move him a little more prominently out. I love the Begin suit, one of my favorite one. We've got Bane. We've got Cat. I believe this Catwoman is new as well. The Anne Hathaway Catwoman. I don't think I had that in my last video. I picked that up just randomly at a figure store. Heath's Joker, Scarecrow, Micah Caine, and the Dark Knight Batman. These guys are they're either Mafex or SH Figure Arts, but they're more detailed, nicer figures. Just because I love Bale's Batman. So that's Batman on film. This is my lantern shelf. Don't really think I have any new additions to that. Got the orange, red lanterns in the back, yellow Batman, Green Lantern Batman, Blackest Night Batman. McFarlane's about to release Blackest Night Batman. A lot of orange lanterns, a lot of just random, you know. Again, you can check out my old videos if you want to hear more about this. Kilowog, Yellow Lantern, Sinestro's down there. Black Hand. So, got a lot of lanterns. I do love the Green Lantern Corps. Could definitely go a lot bigger with this if I wanted to. Do the whole Blackest Night line, but again, room. On the Titan shelf, really haven't added too much more here. I wish I'd had this for my Robin video. I finally picked up this amazing Dick Grayson Robin from the Titans line. I think it's the new Titans line. Found that at a store in Corpus Christi, Texas. A really nice action figure store that the name of which escapes me now. But got a lot of Titans, a lot of Mattel Multiverse, Icons, DCUC, there's Aqualad, Damien, Wally West, Donna Troy, Cyborg, Raven, Hawk and Dove, Steel, Kid Flashes, just everybody. Down here, you've got kind of your Snyderverse. Aquaman did pick up a couple of the McFarlane Snyderverse figures from the Snyder's Justice League, Black Suit Superman, Batman, Dark Side. I still need to get Steppenwolf. I respect Snyder. I liked Justice League, but I have to say I am much happier that we got the Batman than a continuation of what he was going for. So we'll always appreciate it. Not one of those I hate it and only love what I like, but I am sad that Henry Cavill's Superman's gone, and I love Ben Affleck's Batman, but maybe he'll get to continue in the new Flash universe. We'll see. Moving on to my desk, just got few randos on my desk. Got all McFarlane Rebirth Superman. There's my Funko. Pops back there. Unmasked the Batman. Batman in his mech suit from The Dark Knight Returns. A better painted version of that McFarlane re-released with some battle damage and a scarfed up cape of the metal Batman. It's the NECA Batman Batarang from the 89 series. Nice Dak Prescott action figure. Batman Ninja from SH Figure Arts. Love this guy. Death Metal Batman with a guitar. Have him holding a pick as well. It's my nice little easy pick holder. Cool Goku statue. And we've got the Ninja Joker back there. Up here we've got Rebirth Batman statue. And over here we've got a Burton 89 Batman statue. Alright, so last but not least, we've got the big Batcave display. So this is kind of my Ultimate Bat Family display. Got a lot of his suits in here, a lot of Build-A-Figures from Mattel. You know, the Rookie suit, the Justice Buster suit, which is there. You've got the Hellbat from McFarlane there. Thrasher suit from DC Collectibles from the Capullo line. It's kind of Robin's suit meant to be displayed. That's actually a Damian figure. It's from the Hush line. That's his Aqua suit, just in a suitcase. Alfred, the Mattel Multiverse comic Alfred. Essentials, Batgirl. We've got Azrael from the McFarlane line. Darwin Cook, Catwoman. McFarlane needs to freaking release a new Catwoman figure. I'm just like baffled. Like, Catwoman has not had a good, other than like random, artist lines, she hasn't had a good figure in a very long time. Between Batcat or Batman Catwoman by Tom King that's out right now, between her prominent role in the current Batman comics, and she has a pretty awesome suit in there. There's not a figure for, so we need that. We also need a new figure for Tim Drake in his current suit, which doesn't exist. So hopefully that comes out soon. Essentials Red Hood, gearing up. Essentials Nightwing. Got just random accessories on this table. Rebirth Batman. Essentials. This is the Batmobile from Spin Masters. Makes a great centerpiece. It's really big and looks cool. It's just not very expensive. We've got McFarlane Damian. Definitely my favorite Damian figure. My favorite Damian suit. Unmasked Thomas Wayne Batman, who again is trying to play a big role in the comics. We've got Etrigan. I kind of just stuck Etrigan in here. He's just hanging out. It's like they're all about to go to battle, but Etrigan's just kind of there because I don't have another place for him, so maybe we'll find a better place for Etrigan. Got Spoiler and my favorite Tim suit, the Red Robin suit, or at least my favorite Tim Robin suit there's a figure for, other than the, which, Rebirth was a great era as far as suits go. Batwing and Batwoman, Mattel. And that's the cave. Down here, we've got my Flash shelf. That's been added to a pretty decent amount. We've got the new Reverse Flash from McFarlane. Got Golden Flash when he becomes Barry again from Metal. Injustice Flash back there. Grodd from Injustice. Speed Force Essentials Flash. Yeah, I really like. Wally, Kid Flash. Flash Love. This is I love this book so much. The new Three Jokers line from McFarlane. I'm going to miss the names of it. You've got Red Hood and the Comedian. Batman and the Criminal. I could probably custom this Batman into making the new, get him back in the Batman ink suit he's wearing. I assume with McFarlane's propensity to re-release figures in Kit Bash, we're going to have a Batman ink suit coming really quick because he has all the components. So it's him and the Criminal, and then this is Batgirl and the other one whose name I can't remember. The Comedian, that's not the Comedian. Yeah, the Comedian, the Criminal, and the Sociopath. I think that's actually the Comedian. That's the Killing Joke Joker. So this is my random Martian Manhunter shelf. This is the new McFarlane Martian Manhunter. Got a lot of just random. I don't know. I mean, I love John Jones. Don't get me wrong. You can see the transparent Alex Ross version back there. I just randomly ended up with a lot of them and keep adding to them. But we'll see what I do with these guys. I may split them out on some different shelves with the rest of the league to free up room. But for now, they are there in all their Martian manhunting glory. This is just a random collection of figures, like a Justice League. Mattel Wonder Woman, Mattel Flash, John Stewart, Mattel Rebirth Batman. Doesn't really do that suit justice. New 52 Hal, Earth 2 Hawk Girl, and a really awesome Mattel Aquaman figure. Nothing's really changed here. You've got the Icons, Justice League, Rebirth Justice League, Green Arrow, Flash, Cyborg. Got a Batman vs. Superman Batmobile back there. And last but not least, just the JSA. Dr. Fate, Stargirl, Midnighter, Miracle, Reverse Flash, Green Lantern, Icon Swamp Thing is back there, Jonah Hex, and the Monitor from Crisis. Just kind of another random shelf. So we'll eventually be doing a little bit of probably reorganizing, maybe some, displaying things a different way soon. But overall, I love my collection. I'm really happy with it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you all had fun. I hope I didn't leave anything cool out. I don't think I did, but leave comments, suggestions, questions. Love to interact with you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope we get to experience a lot more cool releases from McFarlane and DC Collectibles. We'll see what he resurrects from that line. And to my fellow collectors out there, keep on trucking, and say hi to all